Hello, my name is Vihinen, and I'm part of our Franciscan community, and it's a pleasure to be here. I got into the carbon shredding effort by talking with Nils Bain, who I used to work with at Northern Power. And he's a friend of mine, and I wanted to do something to help the environment and also help my community, especially with the rising gas prices and energy prices. And it was really accepted by Father Paul and Father Steve here at the community, and we started this group, and it's called the Carbon Community Cutters.
I'm Gordon Maynard. I'm one of the pastors here, and I actually grew up on a farm here in Moortown. The farm that this church is built on actually is where I grew up. So I grew up with frugality, and taking care of the land was just part of the way you lived anyway. But one of the things that I needed to do this year was to replace my water heater. So I actually looked over the whole system, and we ended up pulling out the older boiler, and went to the highest efficiency condensing boiler we could get. I think it's rated somewhere in the 96% efficient, with the high efficient indirect water heater off that, and which also allowed me to center my wood stove in the basement. So I would say in the last 2.5 months, I'm estimating I've saved so far, just in that period of time, about 175 to 200 gallons of propane.
We've had 3 meetings, plus some meetings on the side, since the first Carbon Shredders meeting that I attended with the rest of the shredders. And we had one meeting, and the first meeting was looking at changing our behavior, and from just like how we drive. The second meeting was about changing out equipment, and then the third meeting was about expanding the circle and empowering others. And one thing I'd like to add about that was really exciting was we started doing emails and things to share these carbon saving tips with our community members, and it was really exciting seeing the community members, not just the people that were like the 10 people that were in each of the meetings, but the whole group, like the 50 people, starting to submit ideas about, hey, this is what I did this week, and things anywhere from like green grocery shopping, where you're using recyclable grocery bags, to actually just not buying food that is prepackaged, to you name it. People sent things like duplex printing and using recycled paper, to just not printing at all. It was really amazing to see the community take it on, and so I'm really thankful to that, for the Lord.
It's the old Zen thing of, in order to be a good student, you have to be a good teacher. In order to be a good teacher, you need to be a good student, so you understand all the concepts. And when you really understand something, you can share it and you can help teach it. Yeah.
So who are you?
My name's Martin Smith, and I'm a community member. I'm not actually a member of the Carbon Shredders per se, but I've done several things, most of them fairly recently, to lower my impact. I also grew up.
So that means you're a shredder.
I am a shredder, but I'm not an official. I'm not an official.
I'm
not an official.
you.
Excellent. I am now a shredder.
You're anointed.
I'm an anointed shredder. Yeah. One of the other things, I do a lot of helping out in the kitchen. And we've gone from, a polypropylene, a high-density polypropylene container or polyethylene container, to a waxed 100% recycled fiber container, and they hold, hot and cold and liquid and everything. So it's a huge, it's a huge thing. It's those little steps.
I'd say I was pretty much brought up in being frugal and in using things wisely. And I remember as a little kid wondering, when people used to pour their antifreeze into the dirt, wondering where is it going to go. And now I'm able to teach children that it's not good, and the right ways of recycling. And the kids will come recycling with me. And it's just part of a natural thing. And it's got me very excited going to those carbon meetings to see what else I can do. I mean, I'm just one little small speck, but what can I do? And it's exciting. I'm very excited.
I think the first thing my wife did, something that she's done since she was a kid, is she put in a clothesline, which at first was kind of looked at by a lot of the other folks as, oh my goodness, what are they doing over next door there? And then all of a sudden the shredders and carbon became a big issue and the economics became a big issue, and we started realizing how much we were actually saving monthly just by having a clothesline out rather than an electric dryer. Well, you've had one little tangible thing that you've done that you know can affect the bigger picture. It makes it tangible. So yes, there's the global impact, which is so huge. But if you can find those one little things, the one step toward that journey that somebody can actually do, that can start them off on that process that just expands. It's like creation itself, you know, it just exponentially begins to expand. And things that people at one time thought, I could never get into that. Now they've got solar, and they've got this, and they've got that in their whole house because they took that one step. Somebody brought them the one seed. And that's what I find that's happening around here, and what LAR did, and through this is even beyond carbon. It's almost like carbon is the venue or the medium that was presented, and people are starting to touch a whole bigger picture by doing one little thing within that whole arena. By acting locally, they're really starting to move into the whole global. Not only physically, but spiritually. And of course around here, the spiritual component is a very significant part of it. And that same thing is happening there. It's pretty exciting.
And I'm the regular classroom teacher for preschool and kindergarten. And I started riding my bike here. And I ride it at least twice a week. And I bought one of those hybrid bikes, you know, because I ride on a dirt road and on the paved road. I even had someone say to me, you didn't get off the bike and really walk up the hill? No, you can ride the whole way. And then I watch what it does to other people. It makes other people get on their bikes and ride too. Yes. You know, it just inspires others to not only to use less gas. So I save 36 to 60 miles a week on the car with the gas and with the oil for riding my bike.
And with the carbon shredders, it just all intertwines with that. It's when you get together as a group, you know, we touched on this earlier. I don't even know if you're recording this, but...
I am recording it.
Okay. You become not just getting new ideas, but personally you start becoming accountable to others. And it's accountability through love and relationships rather than accountability through guilt and fear,
Right.
Which happens a lot in the secular world, and I imagine it happens, you know, with some of the tree huggers, you know, and what I would call still extremists in the environmental movement. You either do it right now, and you do it exactly this way, you know, or you're an evil person. And I think the societal changes that need to happen will not happen through that heavy-handedness, but more through that love, that bonding of people, that bonding through relationships, where you want to become, you know, you feel like you belong to the movement, you feel like you belong to the group,
right.
you know, and through that belonging, you start to experience things, you know, that you can see things changing slowly, incrementally, what you can do, you know, what everybody's said, you know, one little thing at a time, and through that change, you want to change even more, you know, because you see the impact that you can have.
And spiritually, it really is important, because you know in the back of your mind when you're doing the right thing and when you're not. And so, I mean, God is love, and it's just about loving God and loving nature and loving your brothers and sisters and everybody else on the earth. And it's just really exciting to be able to help others, and that's what we're here for. So.